Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I was like madly getting things done before I jumped on live and madly getting a little bit prepped, ready to go. And when I went in and looked at my watch, I was like, oh, it's 8:31 and I haven't gone live yet. So I do apologize for being a little bit late, but welcome everybody. You're an hour earlier. Good grief. Do you know what? I'm a little bit earlier this morning because I've got a lot of things that I've got happening today. So I had to actually not miss out on my crafting session. So I wanted to make sure that I definitely got my crafting session with you all. And so I had to jump on an hour earlier to be able to fit in everything that I was going to do. So welcome everybody. I'll wait until quite a few of you jump on before we get started. So just wanted to know how you've all been going. How has your week been? Has it been really an awesome week, or has it been a week that you want to put behind you and maybe start the week again? I know here in New South Wales, it has been bucketing down rain, absolutely pouring rain all week. And I mean all week. It has just been torrential rain. Our rivers were up. They actually had a minor flood warning yesterday, but it eased off a little bit yesterday. So hopefully we don't have to panic too much about floods and things. But welcome everybody. I can see you all jumping on now. So feel free to say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. If this is the first time that you have watched me, please don't lurk in the background. Say hello. Get into the chatting with you all. And 19 inches of snow, Faylene. Oh my God. Well, I can't complain. I mean, we have rain, but yeah, I can't complain. We're not getting snow. No reprieve from the rain, Matthew. I know it has been torrential and there's more to come. It's forecast that we're going to have more rain again for the next week coming up. So I know that up in Queensland, a lot of people are wanting rain, but we are getting the rain here. So hopefully we can push it up towards you. Hopefully you can get a little bit of our rain that we've been getting lately. So, but welcome everybody. Thank you very much for joining me for a crafting session. If you don't know, my name is Donna Gray. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia, and I love this time of the week. I love spending time crafting with you, and I've got a super, super fun fold for you this morning. And I've been looking at cards like this, and there's so many variations of this card, and you can do so many things with this card. So I'm sure that you're going to absolutely love it. So if you feel that maybe somebody on your friends in Facebook might actually enjoy some of this crafting, please make sure that you share back onto your social media, onto your timeline. Don't share it to me. I already know what's going on. Make sure you share it on your timeline, and you never know who out of your friends might like to get into some crafting with us this morning as well. So we're nearly through our celebration time with Stampin' Up. So Stampin' Up actually do an awesome time at the beginning of each year. We always have a celebration time. Now this year celebration is a little bit different. This year celebration is only 2 months long instead of 3 months long. So that means that you still get the awesome deals, but it's a lot shorter in time, because Stampin' Up have realized that when we do 3 months of it, with us avid crafters, we end up doubling up on the free celebration items that we earn. So they've decided to shorten it and give us another celebration part of the way through the year. So make sure that you cash in on the celebration at the moment. So during celebration, for every $90 you spend, you can earn a free item. So every $90 increment. Now, if you spend $180, you can actually get 2 level 1 items or 1 level 2 items. So it's actually a fun time to buy. It's also a fun time to join. We have an awesome joining special that this month, so we've only got, what's today's date? The 21st. We've got seven days left. 7 days left to cash. So 1 week to cash in on this awesome joining offer. You get over 200 sheets of designer series paper for free on top of the $235 worth of product that you choose, and you only pay $169. So it's an awesome time to join Stampin' Up. And even when you join this week, if you want to place another order and you earn free celebration items, you will get 20% off your order. As soon as you become part of Stampin' Up, you will get 20% off all of your following orders, and you are guaranteed 20% off, I think, from now until July, no matter whether you make the quarterly amounts or not. Now, if you have any questions about that, please feel free to reach out to me. You will find all the information to contact me in the show more box down below. So you will find the link to join my team. You will find the phone number if you wanted to give me a quick call and chat with me. I'm actually busy today, so if you want to give me a call later on this afternoon after, say, midday, I would be happy to answer any questions that you may have about joining. But part of the awesome part about joining my Wild Heart Crafters team, we're a group of crafty people all over Australia. It doesn't matter where you live in Australia, you can join my team. So if you live on the other side of Australia, Western Australia, I've got team members over there. I've got team members in Northern Queensland. I've got team members in Tasmania, South Australia, Victoria, you name it. We are spread all across the country. And we get together in a Facebook group, and we also get together on live Zoom calls once a month, and we craft together. It is an absolute awesome, fun community to be a part of. And I can tell you, the Wild Heart Crafters are an awesome bunch of girls. There's quite a few of you on here this morning, and it is just great to be part of a crafting community. You do not have to sell. You do not have to do videos. You do not have to get team members. You can wholly and solely join just to be a discount shopper. 20% discount straight off the bat, and you can work up to a 25% discount as well, depending on how much you spend. So it is a great time to join, and I would love to invite you to my Wild Heart Crafters team. Some of the perks of being a Wild Heart Crafter are: you will get my monthly Stamps Club videos that are private video tutorials. You will get all of them. You get access to all of them. You will also, once you're part of our Facebook group, you will get access to all the previous videos that I've done. And I've been doing Stamps Club now for quite a few years. So there's tons of inspiration in our group. You will be a part of a crafting community that we all share what we're crafting with. We all post pictures of what we're crafting. So you get inspiration galore when you are a part of our Wild Heart Crafters team. Even if you're brand new and you're starting out with crafting, I suggest that you join, because you get so much more support by joining a team, by joining Stampin' Up and joining a team to get into that crafty community environment. And all of the other team members all help out. I am the type of team leader that if you have a question, I will answer you that day. There's very rarely that there's a time that if you send me a message, unless I'm in bed asleep and I wake up the next morning and I actually answer the question. The other thing is you can join on all different levels with Stampin' Up. You can join to wholly and solely just get a discount as a discount shopper. You can also join that if you've got a couple of crafty friends that want to help you keep your quarterly amounts that they can buy from you, and that can help you stay current, and you can earn a little bit of commission on their orders. So you earn a little bit of money to get your crafting supplies for free. If they shop enough and you earn enough, you can get things for free. And also you can join if you wanted to maybe run it as a business and start to build a team and run it as a business and try to earn an income out of Stampin' Up. And one of the massive perks for my business builders, so the people that do join and do want to run it as a business and earn some money out of Stampin' Up, is they get my free step-by-step demonstrator training. And it's a global training all around the world, and it's weekly training videos helping them put things into place and get things working for their Stampin' Up, to actually start to find the customers, to start to find the team members and build a team, and to start earning an income from Stampin' Up. So there's many, many different ways that you can join Stampin' Up. So if you're interested and you have some questions, please feel free. I am happy to answer any phone calls. I love chatting with people in person to answer any questions you may have. So please feel free after midday today, if you wanted to give me a call, if you wanted to email me if you have some questions. Whatever you are comfortable with, I'm comfortable with. So if it's just emailing backwards and forwards with questions, I'm happy to answer that as well. So if you live in Australia, you can join my team. And I'm so sorry to everybody else that don't live in Australia. I know I have had many people say, I would love to join your team, and they don't live in Australia. Stampin' Up rules. I'm not allowed to recruit anybody out of Australia. So you have to live in Australia to be able to join my team. All right, so let's pop the camera down now and let's get into some of the things that I need to also tell you about. So I have monthly Stamps Club every month. So as you just heard, as a team member of mine, you will be able to access the videos to my monthly Stamps Club. So my monthly Stamps Club for the club this month is called the Lots of Hearts stamp set. So it costs $45 per month. You get a kit to make 6 cards. There's 3 designs that you get, but you make 2 of each, and you get a video tutorial. You get a card kit to make the 6 cards with everything prepped and cut, ready to go, and you get a video tutorial showing you step by step how to create your cards. Now, if you're looking for inspiration and you're worried that you're purchasing stamp sets and you're not using them, by all means, the monthly Stamps Club gets you inspired because you get to do 3 cards with your stamp set as soon as it arrives. So one of the main things is getting started with a stamp set. You get a stamp set, you get all excited, you decide to buy a stamp set, you get all excited, it arrives, and then you sit there with it on your desk and you think, what am I going to do? How am I going to make some cards with this? I don't even know where to start. My monthly Stamps Club helps you. It gets you started with creating with that stamp set, and then you'll find that you'll move on and create more projects once you've actually got started and got your hands onto it and crafting with it. Now, I also add on if you wanted to purchase the bundle, because the majority of my Stamps Club are always bundles that you can buy them in a bundle. I also allow an optional upgrade that if you wanted to get the bundle as well, so you can save the 10%, I do a bundle price as well. But the basic Stamps Club is $45 per month, and you get the stamp set, the kit, and the video tutorial. So if you're interested in that, there is a link down in my show more box down below that you can join up. I only ask that when you first join that you stay for 3 months. So it's a commitment of 3 months. You still only pay monthly, but it's a commitment of 3 months. And then after that 3 months, it's up to you. You can cancel at any time. If you don't want to do it, you can miss a Stamps Club if you don't want to do it. But the minimum amount is 3 months to start off with. So it'll be 3 monthly payments at $45 per month. But just so you can get the hang of it and know what it's like. All right, the other exciting thing that I wanted to, hey Cheryl, how are you going? The other exciting thing, and I'm super, super excited about this, is I have a new global creative tutorial bundle group. So I decided back in January that I wanted to get a group of my demonstrator friends from all around the world and get them to be a part of a tutorial bundle. Now, this is a 6-month tutorial bundle that we're doing. We're starting off that it's a 6-month tutorial bundle because all the demonstrators that have committed to it have committed to being in it for the 6 months. And then it's probably, we want it to be an ongoing thing. So we want it to be something that's going to happen all the time. Now, you may say, how do I get this global creative tutorial bundle? Now, you can pay 6 months up front. Now, if you want to purchase it from me, you can pay 6 months up front. And what you will get is 12 PDF tutorials and 12 video tutorials per month, every month for 6 months. We will pick a suite, and our suite, this is starting in March, on the 1st of March. Our suite is called the Sand and Sea Suite. You can see we've got sneak peeks here of all of the gorgeous creations of my friends from all around the world. So I just wanted to introduce to you who we have in this tutorial group. So you may recognize some of the names. They are top demonstrators in the world. So they are hand-picked so that we wanted to bring you awesome creativity with the people that are in this group. So from Australia, we have Kayla McCready from Australia. We have Maswari. I don't even really know how to say Maswari's last name, so I'm so sorry, Maswari, but she's from Australia as well. We have myself from Australia. We have Kelly Atchison from the US. We have Ange McKay from Canada. So Ange is known as the North Shore Stamper. We have Kim Fee from the UK. We have Genevieve Co from Canada. We have Alana Wolf from Canada. We have Barb Mulligan. Barb is known as Barb Stamps from the USA. We have Martin Stone, and Martin Stone is one of the awesome artisan team members. So he is some great creativity is going to come from Martin. And we have Matoso Crafts, which is Barry and Jay, you may know, from the UK, and we have Stacey Marsh from the UK. So we have an awesome group of people from all around the world. So you can purchase the tutorial bundle for a one-off price for the 6 months, and you will save. You'll get one tutorial bundle month for free, and it costs $110 here in Australia. There is prices overseas. If the demonstrator that you know, if there's a demonstrator that you buy from, then you purchase the tutorial bundle from them. If you don't have a demonstrator that you buy from that's in this group, then by all means you can purchase from myself. And you can purchase the 6 months and get 1 month for free here in Australia for $110, or you can purchase as a monthly subscription that you will pay $22, or you can purchase just a one-off bundle as well. So depending on what we have. So say you might like the Sand and Sea Suite and you want to get that bundle, you can purchase it for $22 here in Australia and not purchase any of the rest. Or you may want to purchase the whole lot up front to get that inspiration. So it's actually, it's bringing inspiration to your doorstep and helping you get creative with your products. So, and then you can also earn this for free with a qualifying order from me. So if you order $100 or more during the month of March, you will receive the Sand and Sea Suite tutorial for that month. You will receive it for free. So I just wanted to let you in on that one. Okay, let's get to crafting. After all of that, I'm sure that you would be hanging to get into crafting. So what I wanted to show you today is, it's called an arrow fold card. Now, there is many variations of this arrow fold card. And I wanted to show you, I've done a template and I wanted to show you. So I've got a piece of cardstock that's cut at 11.5 by 4.25. I've scored it in half, and we do a couple of score lines here, and I'll show you as we go along, and I'll show you how to work out your measurements. But if you want all of the measurements for this tutorial, make sure that you sign up to my email list down below. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. I send out an email every Tuesday of my crafting that I do on Sundays. So I've got a piece of cardstock here. So I'm using a couple of things here, and I want to show you what I'm using. I'm using this gorgeous paper, which is the black and white paper, and it's called the True Love Designer Series paper. And this is gorgeous. It's black and white prints that we've got flowers on one side and we've got geometrical patterns on the other. If you have not seen this paper, or you have not purchased this paper, I am telling you, you will absolutely love this paper. I have packet after packet because I know that I'm going to be able to use this for so many different projects. So can you see how we've got flowers on one side and the geometrical patterns on the other? So it's very versatile. You can do very feminine cards and you can do very masculine cards as well. So that is the paper that I decided to bring you this morning in one of my designs to show you how we can make one of these awesome arrow fold cards. So I'm just going to grab my paper trimmer and show you how to score this to start off with. Now, as I said, please don't worry about getting the measurements. If you sign up to my email list, you will get all these measurements sent out to you each Tuesday morning. So I'm going to score this at 5 3/4 inches because that's half of my cardstock. And then I'm actually going to make some marks on this cardstock. And I mean, it's probably going to be hard to see because I've got black cardstock and I'm trying to find a pen here, which I had a pen earlier on. There it is. Okay, so I need to find half of this cardstock. So I'm going to fold that in half. I need to find half of the front of the cardstock. So I know it's 4 inches wide. So I'm actually going to go to 2 inches, and I'm just going to make a mark with my pen at 2 inches there. And then I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to make a mark at 2 7/8. Now you may say, what is 2 7/8 and why are you marking it at 2 7/8? 2 7/8 is halfway on that front panel. It's the halfway mark on that front panel. And you need to make these marks so that then you can actually do your score lines really, really well. Now, it will be hard for you to see with my black cardstock, but you will understand the process when you see what I do. So I'm going to put that center mark up here. I'm going to put that in the track of my cutting tool, and I'm going to use my scoring tool. So I'm going to get rid of my cutting tool. I'm going to use my nice light gray scoring tool, and I'm going to put that center line right in the center of that track and the corner fold of my fold it halfway right in the center of the track down here. And then I'm actually going to score that. Now it's really, really important that you make sure that you line up those 2 points really, really well. And the same thing, I'm now going to switch it to the other side, and I'm going to line up that point again. But it's really important that we don't cross over on that point, and that we make sure that we've got the edge of our card right in that track and the point of our card right in that track, that we're going to get it to score really nicely. You may want to do this by hand with a scoring tool and a ruler, would probably be an easier thing to do, but I like to use my paper trimmer. So you may not see that, or you can there. So you've got like a V that's scored there. So now we're going to take these 2 marks on the sides, and we're actually going to line up that point once again, and I'm going to line up that mark that I made on the side. But I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to cross over on that point, and I'm going to line that up. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to switch it to the other side, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to line up our mark in that track and our point in that track, and make sure that we're not overlapping anywhere, and we're going to score that. Okay, now that's as easy as it is. Can you see here that we've got the score lines now, and they're making that arrow look? Okay, now what we're going to do now is we're going to score on those fold lines. So the first big score line, we're actually going to fold that in. We're going to get our bone folder, and we're going to crease that nicely. We're then going to do the same thing on the other larger score line. We're going to fold that in and crease it like that. Okay, so you can see here already we have that part of our arrow. Okay. So then, hey, Michelle, no worries. So then we're actually going to, with this one, we're going to fold that back this way. So like that. Okay. And then with this one, we're going to fold that one back again as well. Okay. And then that is going to create our awesome arrow at the front. Okay. So can you see that? Our awesome arrow at the front. Now, the key to this then is making sure that we cut our pieces to layer up on this really, really nicely, so that they layer up correctly. So I've also done a template for that. And these templates are great to have in a folder and save in a folder, so you can draw these up. So I've actually cut this one. This one's actually cut at 1/4 inch smaller than my base, so the front of my card. And then I've actually scored the same again. I've found half of that, which is 1 7/8. I found half of this one, which is 2 3/4. Okay, so I've worked out where I need to score, and I'm actually not going to score. I'm going to cut this because I want to make layers to layer up on this card. So I've actually gone ahead and I've cut those layers from that template, and I've got a couple of flowers here that I've already organized. So you end up with pieces like this. Okay, so that will then allow us to either layer this way on our card, or the reverse side we can layer on our card. So whichever way we choose to do it will be nice. I'm just going to lay my flowers on here and see what's going to, I think I'm going to go the flowery side, and then I'm going to have these pieces to be able to go in here. That's then going to accentuate that awesome arrow. So you can see it's a really easy card once you've got the template made and work out how to do it. All right, so I'm actually going to use my liquid Tombow glue here to be able to I'm trying to see here. Bonnie, Kelly Atchis is an amazing US demo. She's in Wisconsin. Yes. Oh, she's your upline, Deborah. Okay. Yes, Kelly and I are good friends. So she was absolutely over the moon that we are doing this tutorial bundle. So it was great to have Kelly come on board with us. So we've got some pretty good names in there. All right, so I'm going to glue that onto that front arrow panel. So just like that. All right, now I'm using my liquid Tombow so that I can move it around to where I need to move it to get it sitting really nice. So just like that. I'm then going to turn over these little triangles. Now, you can do this with 2 pieces of designer series paper and flip them around the opposite way as well. So if you've got 2 pieces of designer series paper, I'm just going to fold that one out so I can get that on there exactly where I want it. Okay, so that one there and my other triangle there. Now it's totally up to you whether you want to decorate that other part. This part here, I don't think that you have to, because you're not really going to see it. It's folded in and you're not really going to see it. So I actually don't feel like that's a necessity to do that. All right, so I've got those little pieces in there and we're good to go. All right. So as you can see now, you can see this gorgeous arrow fold coming together. All right. So now to keep the arrow like we want it to be, we're actually going to run some glue onto where that arrow is to keep it in that arrow shape. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to be able to glue in under here. So we want to keep that nice and neat and in there. So I'm actually going to run some glue, and I'm just using my Seal Plus, just run some glue on those 2 narrow triangles, and I'm just going to fold that in like that. Okay, and fold that one in like that. And you'll see there, I've put a little bit too much glue and I can rub that off. I have one of our old erasers that we don't sell anymore, but I can rub that glue off with my glue eraser. Now, I don't know whether you can actually buy these erasers anywhere else, but we used to sell them, but I just have one on my desk. I bought one. Thank the Lord I bought one, because I can remove that glue. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to make sure that these 2 pieces actually like glue down. So I'm going to run just a little bit of Seal Plus in there and a little bit of Seal Plus in there. And then that is going to fold back and that is going to fold back. Okay. So then that is going to keep our arrow really nice. And you'll see, I mean, if it wasn't on my slippery desk, that will be able to stand up. Okay. So it creates a really interesting looking card. All right. So now on the insert, I'm actually just going to cut a piece of Whisper White for the insert. So I'll just grab a scrap here. Hopefully that's going to be enough. Yes, it is. Okay, so I'll do 5.5 by 3 3/4 for the insert. And I can pop that in my card there. And that's going to then accentuate that arrow all the more. And I've gone ahead and I've used some of the gorgeous dies out of this Delicate Petal stamp set. It is absolutely a stunning stamp set. So, and the dies are just gorgeous. So I decided that I would go ahead and cut some of the flowers out ahead of time just to save a little bit of time. Now it's got some beautiful dies in here. I just want to show you the dies. This is a stamp set that I think people may overlook, but can you see these gorgeous dies? So we have dies that will cut out. Oh, if I can flip that over And I've got one of my little flowers missing, but anyway. So we have, and some of my leaves missing because I was cutting them out. So we've got gorgeous, oh no, there's my flower. We've got gorgeous stitched dies. So you've got leaves with embossing pieces. These embossing pieces fit into these leaves here. You've got beautiful petals that you can make it, you can build up a gorgeous flower, or you've got these stitched flowers. Plus we've got like the die to be able to cut out this gorgeous flower here. And the sentiments in this stamp set are absolutely gorgeous. Deborah's saying that she bought an eraser off Amazon. Okay, so you can actually still get them. I knew that you would probably be able to get them somewhere. You're having a bit of a hard time, Bree, with the time difference, trying to work out what time I was on. I'm sorry, I confused everybody this morning by going early. But I have a business presentation for a friend of mine in Canada. So I needed to be free to be able to do that business presentation for her. And it's a live video. So if I didn't want to run overtime with my video here this morning, so I've got to make sure I keep an eye on the time. So everyone needs to keep me on track and make sure that I've got the right timing for my video today, because I cannot be late. I need to be off here at 10 a.m. this morning. So if you know that I'm getting close to 10 a.m., please tell me that I'm getting close to 10 a.m. and tell me to quicken it up and get off so that I can jump onto that business presentation. So I'm just going to poke out some of these tiny little bits out of these flowers. These flowers are gorgeous. Now, when I poke out these little pieces, then I'm actually going to curl up the flowers, and I'm going to layer the flowers up to get some gorgeous looking flowers for the front of this card. Okay, so we have that, and we've got a black one. I should have did this ahead of time, but I was flat out getting them cut out to start off with. So I used my mini cut and emboss machine for cutting out these flowers because they were only small and I had some small pieces of scrap paper left over. So make sure you save all your scraps, because making sure that you save your scraps, then when it comes to cutting flowers out like this, you've got some smaller scraps, and that's what the mini cut and emboss machine is all about. So if you haven't seen the mini cut and emboss, I'll just bring in my little mini cut and emboss. It's so super, super cute. It is tiny. You can see by the size of my hand, it's tiny, and it's got some little tiny plates that will go through, but it's really awesome for cutting out little things like flowers or leaves or anything like that on your crafting. And it's small enough that it can just sit on your desk and not take up too much room. So I think it's a great addition. Now, if you were thinking about joining Stampin' Up, you can actually pop one of those in your starter kit and get it freight free at the moment, which is a great, awesome deal as well. So, and I'm just realizing I've missed one of the little black flowers. I need to cut a second black flower. So I'll just bring in my mini cut and emboss, and I'll grab some black cardstock, and I will cut a couple of little flowers out. And I may actually even cut some leaves out while I'm here. So I've got that. I've got my cutting pad. Okay. And I'll just grab out that little flower. And I'm thinking that I might, while I'm here, show you what these awesome petals look like. And I've actually been using them as leaves, which I think are great. So I may as well use the time that I'm actually going to run this through and get a few more elements for my card. If I use them, I use them. If I don't, then so be it. It's okay. All right, so I'm going to just do that and that. Who that's out there watching me at the moment, who already owns this Delicate Petals bundle? Tell me, type in the comments and let me know if you've got the Delicate Petals bundle, or type in the comments and let me know if you think I've overlooked it and maybe you're thinking about it when you start to see what these gorgeous dies do. Okay, so I'll pop all those back into my case. Okay, now can you see these gorgeous petals that we've just got? I'll show you those. I haven't got the pieces poked out of them yet, but can you see, look at that, the intricate look on there. And then these pieces poke out. So you end up with this gorgeous looking petal, which I believe is really, really stunning. Now you could layer that up. You could use this piece, then you could actually cut out a different color and layer it up, and you could then accentuate that cut out piece again as well. All right, I'm not going to do that today, but that is a thought of what you can do. All right, so I'm actually going to, with this, I'm going to stamp a sentiment on here, but I want to stamp it that it's actually going to be hidden by the arrow, because I don't want to actually have the sentiment coming out and peeking out over there. But I love this sentiment here. Sometimes something wonderful happens to someone who absolutely deserves every good thing. I think that is such a gorgeous sentiment. So I'm going to mount that up onto a block. Why is it when you want to find a block a certain size, you can't find them? You find every other smaller one other than the block that you want. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my black Memento ink. I'm also going to bring in my pierce mat. And the reason why I'm bringing in my pierce mat, it is a photopolymer stamp set. So because we have a photopolymer stamp set, it has no give in it. So we need to make sure that we are getting a little bit of cushioning behind to get a really good stamped image. Now I'm actually just going to carefully make a quick mark there and a quick mark there for me to see on this piece of Whisper White where I need to stamp my sentiment. So I'm actually going to make sure I stamp it between those two marks to make sure that I don't stamp outside of where that arrow is going to be. So hopefully this is going to stamp nicely. That looks like it's inked up really strangely, but we will see. So just give it a little bit of time for your ink to take hold, and it's stamped perfectly. So you can see there. Now I can use an eraser to rub out my little pencil marks so that you can't see that I did that. Now that's my mono sand eraser. If you muck up and you put some ink somewhere, you can use your mono sand eraser. I got that one off eBay, so that's not something that we sell either. But it is a fantastic thing to have sitting on your desk. All right, so that's stamped. So I'm going to glue that into my card. So I'm just going to use my liquid Tombow again because that gives me that wiggle room, able to make sure that I've got my layer exactly where I want it to be in my card. So we're just going to go like that. Okay, and I've got that wiggle time that I can move it exactly where I need it to be. So we've got that. And so you can see it's hidden now by that arrow. You had this bundle, Bonnie, and you've played with it a little. Morning, Annette. How are you? Thank you for joining. Faylene says it's on her list. Bree says she has it. You don't have it yet, but it's on your wish list, says Susan Carmichael. Okay, so now I'm just going to build up some of these flowers. Now, with the flower, I always say to people, make sure that you do a little bit of sculpting with your flowers to get a nicer look to your flowers. So I'm just going to use my bone folder. I'm just going to curl up the petals on this flower to give it some dimension when it goes on my card. So I'm going to do that with this one as well. So welcome everybody that's joining. If you've just joined, if you're a little bit late, that's okay. This is our first card, so you haven't missed too much. So welcome, and feel free to jump on, say hello, let me know where you've been watching from. I love finding out how far my crafting reaches. It's awesome to hear. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to do these little flowers. Where did my die go? With that black one that I just cut out. Okay, it should be there. I just cut it out. Did I lose my other black flower? Oh, there it is. It's under the petal. You were all probably screaming out to me. It's under the black flower, under the black petal. Okay, with our Take Your Pick tool, we have a brush attachment too, which is really, really awesome for getting those little pieces out of your die when you've got it still in your die as well. So this is just a brush attachment that attaches onto the end of your Take Your Pick tool. It just screws out where the putty end is. So I actually have a couple of Take Your Pick tools. I have one with that and one with the putty end as well, so that I'm able to swap between each one and use them when I actually need to. So, all right, let's put that die back in there so I don't lose it. Right, so I've got those shaped pretty well. I need to shape that one and the other white one. Hello, Amy. Hello, Teresa. How are you going? I hope you're all well. Hope you've been staying safe. And I did see Elizabeth was on here earlier and she said that they're out of lockdown down in Victoria. So that is good news for Victoria. It's good news for Australia that we're keeping things under control. I know that having to go down into lockdown is not a pretty thing to have to do, but if we all do the right thing, we can finally get into control. And with the vaccine rolling out at the moment, they've started rolling out the vaccine, I think, next week in Australia. So tomorrow, I think, they're starting to roll it out. So hopefully the world can recover from this horrible situation we've been in for nearly 12 months now. It's amazing, isn't it, to think that it went on for as long as it did. I remember when it first started, I was thinking, oh yeah, it'll be okay. Yes, well, I feel like I just about ate my words when I thought about that. All right. Deborah said that she wishes she had I had you as my mentor. The COVID has taken the toll on your group and that makes cards. Yes, well, do you know, I feel like I tend to concentrate on the positives that we have. So I tend to concentrate on the fact that we have crafting to keep us occupied and to keep us communicating with each other. And that's one of the main things that I think that we've had to do recently with the current times in the world is making sure that we keep those communication skills happening with people. I just want to grab a little bit of ribbon because somehow I'm going to put some ribbon in amongst this because you know me, I have to have ribbon. Sorry, I'm over at my ribbon holder behind me trying to grab some ribbon. So we'll do that. Oh, and they'll probably all fall down because that's normally what happens when I grab a ribbon off my ribbon holder in a hurry. Nope, they didn't. Okay, so I feel like I'm going to actually pop this gorgeous ribbon around here and then I'm going to pop my flowers on top so then I can, and I'm actually going to cheat here. I'm going to put a little bit of Seal Plus here. And I'm going to glue my ribbon into the Seal Plus because you know me, I don't like tying a ribbon around something and trying to make it do what I want it to do. I'm going to put another bit of Seal Plus on there. Okay, because my flowers are going to cover up where I've done that. So I'm just going to do that. So I've got some Seal Plus and I'm just going to cover up my workings there where I've stuck it with my flowers. All right, so I'm going to pop up my white flower onto a dimensional and pop that right smack bang over there. Okay, so that. I'm then going to grab some glue dots, which I had on my desk here, which I do. I love a black and white card. You will get to know that if there's a chance that I can make a black and white card, I will make a black and white card because they are absolutely stunning and striking to make. And you can see here by just, I'm going to glue that one directly down. I don't want to have it popped up. I'm going to glue it directly down so it can pop in under there. And I need to get my little white flower and a glue dot, and we'll pop the white flower on top. Okay, so just on top there. How cute is this? And I have another white flower that I think I might pop it maybe actually just there, I think. I think that's actually going to be quite nice. Okay, so I'm going to pop that one up on, no, I'm going to glue it directly down as well. Sorry, a bit of procrastination happening here today. I'm going to glue it directly down. And a glue dot on that one. Okay. And we'll load that one on there. Okay, now I've got some of these gorgeous petals that I can pop in underneath, and this is where it starts to get really, really pretty. So I'm going to pop that onto a glue dot, and I'm just going to pop that in underneath that white flower there. Now this card will fit into a normal envelope. I've made sure that I'm still keeping within the boundaries of my envelope shape. So I'm going to pop that one under there. Okay, so in under that one. Like that. And I think this one can probably pop in, I'm thinking maybe up there. I've still got some white ones there that I can use. So I'm thinking maybe up under this white one here. And then I've got these gorgeous, delicate white ones. Now be careful when you're sticking your glue dot on these ones. They are quite delicate. They're very fine. So making sure that you're not actually going to pull it off and tear it. Okay, so I've got that one. Tone on tone, it is gorgeous. Yes, I agree. All right, and I'm just going to pop that one in there like that. Okay. Now, I'm just going to finish that off with a little bit of bling and, of course, a bow. We definitely need a bow. And I think if I do a bow that's going to sit just at the bottom of those flowers, it's really going to draw the attention to that arrow on the card, because the bow is going to sit just above the arrow. Okay, so then it's going to draw your attention to down where that arrow sits. Just going to, so I'm just using our black, what's it called? Glitter organdy ribbon, because I love this ribbon. It just makes things look so pretty. All right, so I'm just going to pop that in underneath that cute flower there. How pretty is this card? It's turned out so much nicer than I thought it was going to. It's even prettier in person, honestly. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then I'm just going to finish it off with some gorgeous bling, because of course we all need bling on our cards. So I'm just going to pop a cute little rhinestone in the middle of those flowers. And that's just going to add that bit of glimmer and shine. And then I'm just going to pop some randomly around on the card, always moving in triangles to get that gorgeous look. But what do you think, people? What do you think about that gorgeous arrow card? Now, do you think that you would be capable of making a card like that? It's pretty simple and pretty easy once you actually know that template, and once you actually, if you make the template in the first place when you do it, and then of course that's going to stand up. I know that's very hard to see, but it's going to stand up on your counter. So it's really, really cute. All right, so let's move on to another one. And now I want to show you how different it can be just by changing up the designer series paper and adding a bit of color. All right, so I have another piece of my basic black cardstock, and I'm going to bring in my trimmer once again, and I'm going to score that at 5 3/4. Need to get my template again, score it at 5 3/4. Then we're going to turn it around and we're going to make a mark at 2 inches in the center of this front panel. So right there. And then we're going to turn it sideways like this, 2 7/8. And I'm going to mark it top and bottom so that I can see where to score. Okay. And now I'm actually going to pop that mark once again into that track of my trimmer, making sure that I've got it exactly in that track and the fold line there. And I'm going to score. I'm then going to turn it this way. Now, the main thing is making sure that you get your score lines correct. If you don't line it up in your scoring, it will all be out of whack. So in other words, it won't fold really nice. You won't have even pieces. You have to make sure that you've definitely got it in the track where it needs to be. So we've done those two score lines to give you that V. Then we're going to go once again from the center point to that side marking. And actually, to tell you the truth, I've just looked and that one there is not exactly, it needs to be a little bit further in. So see, I've just looked, it wasn't quite on that point. So I've just done it a little bit further in. So now I'm going to grab my side mark and that center point again and make sure I score that nicely. And same thing on this side with my mark in the track and that center point in there. Okay, so like that. All right, so then we're going to fold that to get our gorgeous arrow. So why is it that we always put things on top of everything that we need? I've lost my bone. Oh, there it is. I put it away. I was going to say I've lost my bone folder now. All right, so I'm going to score that center fold. I'm going to score the large fold. So we're going to go on the large fold and we're going to score that way, the large fold on this side, and we're going to score that way. And then our smaller folds, we're actually going to fold back the other way. So we've got that one in, we're going to fold it back on itself like that. And this one folded in and fold it back on itself like that. Okay, and then you should have your gorgeous arrow once again, okay? All right, now I'm going to show you how I cut the cards, the designer series paper, because that's another thing that you need to know, how to cut that. So I have a template for that as well with my measurements. So and this one is cut smaller again, remember, that 1/4 inch smaller, so 5.5 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to score, I'm going to make a mark at 1 7/8 in the middle. So we're going to make a mark just there. We're also going to make a mark at 2 3/4 there. And 2 3/4 there. Okay, so now we're actually going to cut that. So we're going to put that mark there and that corner on there. And we're going to cut. And these are our layers. This is how we're going to cut our layers. So I'm going to pop that one aside and we're going to turn it that way. And we're going to pop the corner here and that point, and we're going to cut that like that. Okay, so we've got our triangle piece. Now we're going to spin that, still using this as our top point, and we're going to cut those pieces. And these are our layering up pieces. Now, if you wanted to pop another layer onto your card, so say with these layers, you didn't want to just have designer series paper straight onto your card base, you can actually step down one more level in your layering. So you could go one more level that it's another 1/4 inch smaller again, and you will be able to change up those layers again. All right, so I've got those. These two pieces we're not going to need because we're not going to use them. All right, so I've got my layers for my card once again. So I'm actually going to use this gorgeous flower pattern here. So I'm going to do that. I'm then going to flip these over, and we've got some cute little stripy patterns here. So we're going to have a stripy pattern there and a stripy pattern there. So that's what's going to be our accent on our card. We could, if we wanted to, we could do the flowery pattern. We could go like that and like that we have all flowery. If that's what you wanted to do, you can actually do that. So first of all, I'm actually going to glue that one on. 9:30 time check. This is my last card. I'm only going to do 2 cards. Thank you for the time check. That is awesome. Thank you very much. All right, so I'm going to layer that on. And this one will go a lot quicker because we've already done it before. Okay, so do you think flowered, all flowered, or do you think I should turn it over with the pink? Tell me, striped or flowered? What do you think? Type it into the comments and let me know. I've just got to go and get some ribbon for this because I thought about the ribbon and some embellishments. So we have that. Okay. Ribbon. Actually, I'm going to do maybe this. Or do I have the ribbon over here? I don't know where my pink ribbon has gone. Well, look at that. No idea. Okay, tell me what you think. Striped. So I've got 1 for striped. I've got 1 for flowered. When I get to 5 for one of them, that's the one we're going to do. So I've got 1 for striped, 1 for flowered. Keep typing in the comments. So I've got 2 for striped, 3 for striped, and 1 for flowered. 3 for striped. When I get to 5 will be what I will do. I am earlier today. 4 for striped, 5 for stripes. Stripes it is. Stripes it is, people. Okay, stripes win. All right, so I'm just going to glue those on now with my Tombow. And as I said, it is easier to actually fold it out and glue your pieces on rather than trying to glue them on when they're folded in. So making sure that you're definitely staying below that fold line. So I'll fold that one out as well. All right. Good morning, Leanne. I didn't see that you jumped on there. Hey, Jeanette, how you going? Sorry, I've just got time that I can actually see the comments now. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that one in there like that. Okay, so we have those 2 pieces on there. And once again, we're actually going to glue those in. So I need to glue this piece here. So I'm just going to glue on that one and glue on that one. And that's going to glue them down for us. Okay, so I'm going to glue that one down and I'm going to glue that one down. Okay. This one, just going to burnish that a little bit better with my bone folder. That one wants to not play nice with me. Okay. All right, that one. That's because I didn't fold it correctly, quite correctly there. So see, it's really, really important that you get it definitely up on that fold mark. All right, so we've got that. Okay, so we've got our stripes happening. Now I need to glue a little bit just here to glue that one down and a little bit just here to glue that one. Glue that one down. Okay. So we've got them glued down. We've got our arrow happening. Perfecto. All right. So now what I actually wanted to do is I've got a different stamp. Oh, here's my ribbon. I knew I put it out here somewhere. I've got a different stamp set here. So I just want to quickly stamp some of these flowers and we'll cut some out. So this is the Pretty Perennial stamp set. And they're pretty cute, these flowers. So I'm actually going to stamp a couple of the flowers, and that's what we're going to use on the front. So I'm going to use this big flower here as one. So I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to grab a block. Okay, and I'm going to ink it up with our Blushing Bride. Now, one of the things with these stamps, when you have a detailed stamp like this, and it's a fairly big, solid stamp, you want to use your your pierce mat. You also want to do this trick with your stamp, because I've actually had a team member that was asking me this the other day, and I remember that I used to struggle with this as well. Now, when our ink pads are stored in our storage system, they actually are designed that the ink pad flips over and the ink pad is stored upside down to make sure that all of the ink runs to the top of our ink pad so that it's always really, really inky. Now, when you're having a detailed stamp like this and you want to get a really nice, good stamped image, if I ink it up now, it might be okay, but if I ink it up now, can you see how it's very blotchy and like absolutely horrid the way that stamps? What you need to do is you need to massage your ink pad. So you need to grab either a spoon or a bone folder, and you need to massage the ink down to the bottom of your ink pad so that it's not so inky. Okay, so can you see that? And then making sure that you've got something like a baby wipe or something to wipe your bone folder. It will stay in your bone folder, but it's okay. And now I'm going to ink that up. And now I'm going to stamp it down, and we're going to see what type of image we get this time. Okay. Can you see it's a much nicer image? It's not as inky and blobby and as what we did the first time. So that's actually something to make sure that you tend to do with your stamps. So I'm actually going to do that flower, and I'm going to do this smaller flower. I'm probably going to do 2 of the smaller one. So that and that. Okay, so we've got 3 of those gorgeous flowers. Now what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to run those through the die cutting machine and cut those out, making sure that I run to time and I don't run out of time. All right, so with the dies, we have this die that will cut out that shape, and we also have this die that will go over the top. So I'm actually going to use just the Blushing Bride with that. Actually, no, I'm going to use white. I'm going to use Whisper White. So we're going to spruce up our flower with the Whisper White. So I'm going to be able to, I think I'm going to be able to, there is, okay, that's not it. That's it there. Okay, so spin your dies around on that until you can find exactly where it's going to cut out. It's all right for this one, I think. They're pretty similar, although there's a square looking one there. Look, there you go. So what you need to do is when you're trying to match up these dies, you need to work out if there's an accented piece on those that you can pick out. So I looked here, and this petal here was fairly square looking, and I looked here and these petals were quite close together. So that's actually how you can determine how to cut out your dies when the shape is not symmetrical. All right, so I'm just going to bring in a cut and emboss machine. I'm going to bring in my cutting pads. Okay. And I'm going to pop that on. So I've got my number 1 plate, I've got my number 2 plate, and I've got my number 3 cutting pads. And I'm just going to pop those in there, line them up. Okay. And honestly, it doesn't matter if you are not perfect in how you line things up. It's crafting. We don't have to be perfect. Okay, so I'm going to pop on those other 2 accented pieces onto there as well, and we'll cut them out as we're going. Okay, I'll pop my plate on like so, and hopefully they won't move, and they just about did, but that's okay. I'm going to go with it anyway. All right, I'm going to run that through. It's always handy to get tips like that, and always, like when you're watching other people's videos, always make sure that you listen for those type of tips and make note of it, because it just makes your crafting so much easier. So we've got our gorgeous flowers cut out. We've got our cute little flower piece, and there's that one in there. And I think I might actually cut out that in, do I want to cut it out in white? No, I think I'll cut it out in black. There's a nice leafy piece here, and I think I might cut it out in black cardstock so that we can get a nice accented piece. I might cut 2 of them. So this is the leaf that we have that goes with it. I might cut 2. I don't know how many I'm going to need, but at least if I've got 2, I've got enough that if I want to play around and add them or cut them apart, then I can. I always find that when I'm creating like this, if you've got some of these things where you've got flowers and things, cut out a few and then you can just play with them and see what you want to do. When it comes to that design process of building it and putting your card together, if you've got more elements than what you need, then it doesn't matter if you don't use them, you can use them on another card. But it's always handy to have more things cut out than what you think you're going to need. All right, so we have that. All right, let's get that out of the way. Okay, so let's bring in our card again. There's not a great deal of stamping here this morning, but I just wanted to show you how you can make some really gorgeous cards with minimal stamping, but just the actual effect of the card itself, like the type of fun fold card that you have, just how it can be done up with different colors, different stamp sets, and how you get a bit of a different look. So we're going to layer that on. Can you see that? We're going to get a gorgeous layered flower by that. Now this is the Pretty Perennials. Now this Pretty Perennials is a $1 million stamp set, and it's from my gorgeous friend Dina Rico, and I absolutely loved. I was not surprised when she came out with a gorgeous flower set for her $1 million achieving stamp set, because she absolutely loves flowers, and what Dina can do with flowers will absolutely blow your mind as far as her crafting, because she does some really gorgeous crafting projects with her flowers. So this was her $1 million stamp set. So one day I may achieve that $1 million sales achievement, but yeah, I'm only a 10th of the way there just at the moment, but I'm sure that I will get there sooner or later. So it took Dina, I think, 20 years to do it. So maybe I'll just have to stick around and craft for 20 years to be able to do the $1 million sales. All right, so we've got that. So we've got those gorgeous black accents, which are super, super cute. I think I'm going to use my Blushing Bride ribbon again. Oh, I think I'm going to use this. This is the twine out of the snail mail set. I think I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to wrap it around. So I'm going to do my simple trick of a bit of Seal Plus there. I'm just going to grab the end of my twine and I'm just going to wrap around that arrow section. I think that will look super cute. Oh, okay. And then stick it. Oh, I just lost my twine off the desk. It just went rolling off the desk. I don't know why I have to struggle with things as much as I do. Twine and me just don't get along. Okay, let's glue that all in there and cut that off. It's probably rolled right under my desk. Oh, yeah, right over there. Bear with me while I get it from under my desk. Okay, all right, so we've got some twine on there. I'm then going to use some glue dots and we're going to layer up these gorgeous flowers on top of each other. So we've got that one there. This is another one. Oh, it's stuck to my fingernail. These dies are another lot of dies that they're fairly fine. So make sure that when you stick them onto your glue dot, especially this one here, do not tear it, because I know when I was designing for my retreat prep, I tore one of them and I tried to fix it. I tried to stick it together and fix it. And in the end, I just had to cut another one. So make sure that you just stick them onto take your pick tool so that you can actually get them where you need them. And that one there needs to move over a bit. Okay, so we've got some gorgeous flowers here. We've got some beautiful black leaves that we can pop in underneath here like that. I actually don't want all of that. I feel like I want to cut that one off and just use the two of them So I might do that. Oh, that's cute. Yep. And I may, with this one, come back out through here. I will. I'll cut that off. And just have him coming out through here. Actually, I don't even need that. I'll just cut that off. Okay, and he can pop out through there. That looks cute. And then we'll have another flower just off to the side here. Okay, so I'm going to glue this one up on dimensionals. When do I find dies? I use scraps of thick cut. Donna, when I do find dies, you use thick cards. Well, that's a good hint, Lynn. Lynn's saying that she uses thick cardstock instead of our regular cardstock when she's got fine, intricate dies. That's a great idea as well. All right, so with this one, I'm just going to add a glue dot under that leafy part. I then want to pop that in, that it's going to sit where I want it to sit, like right there. Okay. And then the other leafy part, I'll grab another glue dot for that one. And I'm just going to use my Take Your Pick tool again to be able to place it in under there, like that. Okay, this one we're going to pop on there, and it's stuck to my finger, as they do. We'll pop him under there. This little one, I think I'm going to glue him down in under there. Yep. So just with a bit of Seal Plus, I think I'll put on him because it's right there beside me on my desk. Okay, so like that. All right, so I'm going to, with our pearls, I'm going to bring in these gorgeous pastel pearls, and we're going to pop some pearls in the middle of our flowers. Oh, they are so dang cute. Look at that. All right. And then I'm going to do, with my baker's twine, I'm going to do a double bow, because we need to have a bow, of course. That and that. Okay. So I'm just going to tie a cute double bow. So it's just 2 thicknesses of the baker's twine. I was super excited about these cards this morning. I had it all prepped and prepared, like ready to go yesterday, because I was like, I am in love with these arrow fold cards. And I've seen so many different variations. So I'm probably going to bring you a couple of different variations. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to grab my glue dots and pop that bow on with my glue dot. So we'll pop him just in under there. Oh, I'm loving it. Who's thinking these cards are super cute? All right, so I think I want to pop a few of these. Actually, you know what? I have some other, if I can find them. Yes. Okay, so I wanted to incorporate some of our black matte dots in here as well, because I think these are really cute. So I'm going to use them as my accented pieces around. Look at that. Do those black matte dots not make that project just pop? Look at it. Oh, that is stunning. I think I'm going to pop one there. How awesome is that? All right, we need an insert. Need to be able to cut some cardstock and get an insert. Am I going, oh, that one's a bit here. Let me see what I've got here. Let me see if this will work as my insert. What have I got here? 3 3/4 by 5.5. Well done. It will work. It's amazing what scraps we have. All right, so I'll pop that on the insert, and I'll also do, what do I want to do here? Actually, what time is it? 9:49. I've got time to do this. I'm just going to go in this stamp set. I think I've got time. I do have time up my sleeve. I'm going to do Happy Mail. Okay. And I'm going to do that on black with my Versamark ink to be able to get a really nice sentiment that's going to absolutely pop on this. Okay, so I've got that and I've got that. I'll get some black. I'm not actually going to do anything on the inside. Oh, sending lots of. Oh, no, I'm not going to do anything on the insert. I'm just going to glue the insert in because I want to do this Happy Mail on some black cardstock with some embossing. You wait until you see what happens when you pop a really nice black sentiment stamped with Versamark and embossed with white. I'm sure I have time to do it. It's 9:49. I know. I can do this. I do have a little bit of extra time up my sleeve. So I'm actually going to, with some Versamark, I'm going to do Embossing Buddy. And hopefully I've got enough room. I'm probably got enough room on this scrap. Okay, let me grab my Versamark ink, which is, I can't find my, oh, there's my good one there. Okay, so Versamark ink. I'm going to bring in my Pierce mat because I want it to definitely ink properly. Okay, let's do Happy. Okay, so I'm going to do Happy there. And I'm going to do the word Mail over, oh, just there will be fine. We're going to do some white. That's heat and stick powder. There's my white. Let me grab a piece of scrap paper. Where am I going to find a scrap bit of paper? Okay, there's a scrap piece here. It's always the way, isn't it? Trying to find a scrap piece of paper in a hurry, can't find one. Okay, let's get that powder on. Now, the reason why, oops, missed that little tail part. The reason why I used my embossing buddy is to make sure I don't get any white embossing powder where I don't want it to be. Okay, so we've got that. Do I have a die to cut out this Happy? No. Okay, so I'm going to have to fussy cut. You ready, everyone? I'm going to have to fussy cut, but that's okay. And do I have my heat tool out? No, I don't. Grab the heat tool. This is definitely crafting on the fly, isn't it? Heat tool, and I need to plug it in, so bear with me. I'm actually going to do it off camera, sorry, so bear with me while I do it because I've got a PowerPoint over here that I can do it without having to disturb anything there. So I'm just going to leave that there for you to look at while I go and heat emboss these quickly. And I can't edit the video and stop it because I'm live. So you can study what I've done there with my card and listen to me yelling at you from a distance in my craft room. But I'm going to heat emboss this Happy and the Mail, and I'm going to fussy cut it and pop it onto the front, and you will see that these sentiments on a card just make everything pop. It makes the color pop. Can you hear me? I don't know whether you can hear me yelling from afar where my heat tool is. Okay, but I'm back. Sorry about that, everyone. That was a bit of a like, what in the world is she doing? 6 minutes to go. I can do this. I'm going to fussy cut now around this gorgeous sentiment. I can do it. I know I can do it. Because this is going to be worth it. Like when you see this popped onto the front of this card, you are going to say, yeah, that definitely finished it off. Okay, so I'm just fussy cutting. And I'm fussy cutting really quickly and really badly. So please don't take any note of how badly I'm fussy cutting here. But I would normally take more time with my fussy cutting than what I'm doing right now. And it's okay. I can run a bit over time. It's all right. It doesn't matter. We haven't made 100 people watching here today. We needed to make it to 100. We're at 96. Everybody, if you've just jumped on, share it back to your Facebook page so that more people can get to watch it. They'll be able to go back and watch the bits that they missed anyway. And make sure that if you're enjoying what I'm doing, give me the thumbs up, because YouTube likes it when people give me the thumbs up. It tells YouTube that the content that I'm giving is exciting and shows it to more people. So make sure you hit that thumbs up, that like button. Okay, so we've got that. And where's my little mail? Here's my mail. We can do happy mail. Someone would be surely happy to get this in the mail. I'm sure of it. Now, if you are wanting to be in the running to win a prize, please, I'm going to do a giveaway. I'm going to see what I've got in my drawer and do a giveaway. So type in now, the only ones that can win my prize are people that actually live in Australia. So you need to type in what state you live in. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do mail just here. So happy mail. All right, so I'm going to pop that up onto some dimensionals. So type into the comments what state you live, and let me know. Are you new to crafting? Do you call yourself beginner, casual, or an avid crafter? What do you think you are? Beginner, casual, or avid crafter? Okay. All right, so I'm just going to pop that one. I just want it to pop over those flowers a little bit. So happy. And then I'll grab some little dimensionals for this one. So little itty bitty baby ones, which I have a packet just here of my itty bitty baby ones. All right, so who wants to win a prize? Okay, it doesn't matter that you're from overseas. I'm still happy to have you watching. I wish I could send things to you all overseas, but it's Stampin' Up rules. We can only send to people here. Susan, where are you from, Susan? Susan Thompson, where are you from? Pam saying middle of the road. Okay. Glenda's from Queensland. You love the black card the best? Yeah. Well, I'll bring in my black card in a minute. Let me see. So there we go. Happy mail. How cute is that? So we've got two awesome arrow fold cards. So I'm thinking that it's actually, am I looking so good now? 2 minutes. I'm doing well. I still got 2 minutes. It tells me I've got 2 minutes. All right. So let me see what I can give away this week for people that are watching. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Okay. But you got to type into the comments where you're from. Janie Schuler is casual avid crafter from the US. Sandpiper South, my dad is from Kentucky, Norton. Sue Keating is from Victoria and she's avid. Well done, Sue, a girl after my own heart. All right, so I've got a couple of things to give away and I need to grab my sticky notes if I can find them somewhere, because I need to be able to write down who the winners are on here. I'll use this. That's full on sticky notes. So All right. Hey, Kathy, how you going? All right, so for my first winner, I'm actually going to, where are you from, Jenny? All right, Jenny Kemp, where are you from? She said she's a casual crafter. Okay, so I've got my sticky notes. I have a couple of really awesome things to give away. Okay, so the first winner that I have chosen is, where are we? Let me see, Sue Keating, who said that she is an avid crafter. And Sue is from Victoria. So Sue, I'm actually going to give to you, let me tear that. Okay, I'm actually going to give to you the Stampin' Cut and Emboss folder, and it is this Seed Shells 3D embossing folder. So congratulations to Sue from Victoria. You have been my first winner. Now for my second winner is Jenny Kemp from Mollymook, New South Wales. So Jenny Kemp, congratulations. You have won the awesome A Touch of Ink stamp set. So this A Touch of Ink stamp set is actually one that you have to spend $180 to earn. So congratulations, Jenny, from New South Wales. You actually get to win the Touch of Ink and Sue Keating. Now, for Jenny and Sue, you have to email me. You will find my email address down in the show more box down below. You need to email me with your name and address as soon as possible so that I can pop these in the post and send them out to you. So I just wanted to have a little quick chat with you just before we go about the few things that I have going. As I said, we have the Global Tutorial Bundle Sand and Sea Suite. That will be happening on the 1st of March. All of my team also get these tutorial bundles for free. So that's another reason of why you would want to join my team. And we have 7 days left of that awesome joining special during February. So it ends on the 28th of February. So if you've been thinking about joining Stampin' Up, you've got 7 days left to get that awesome designer series paper that you get 200 sheets of 6x6 designer series paper for free on top of your $235 worth of product, and you only get to pay $169. You will get, as a part of my team, you will get this tutorial bundle for free every month. So that's to inspire my team. So one of the things that I say to people is this tutorial bundle you can purchase as a 6-month one-off price for $110 here in Australia from me. You will be able to find it over on my website, which is stampingwithdonnag.com. It's going to go up there this weekend. So if it's not there just yet, don't panic. It will be coming. So a one-off fee of $110, you get 5 months that you pay for, and you get the 6 month for free if you pay upfront the $110. You can then join monthly subscription for $22 per month, and you will actually get the tutorial sent out to you on the 1st of every month. Or you can purchase a one-off one for $22 whenever you feel like it, or you can earn it for free with a $100 order or more through my online store. So there is some awesome projects that are coming in that global creative bundle, I can tell you. And they are demonstrators that are top demonstrators all around the world. So we are bringing inspiration to your doorstep. So the global creative tutorial bundle is something that is a must if you're looking to help you with your creativeness and to inspire you to use your products. So we will be choosing a suite each month and bringing you 12 awesome projects. You'll get 12 PDF tutorials, so written instructions. You will also get 12 video tutorials that will match the project. So if you're a visual learner and you need to learn through video, which I know I did, you can actually watch the videos, or you actually have all the measurements and the instructions in a PDF tutorial as well. Now, the measurements will be wherever the demonstrator is in the world. The measurements, we are not doing conversions. And when I say we're not doing conversions, as far as I'm concerned, an inch is an inch, whether you live in the US, whether you live in Australia, and a centimeter is a centimeter, whether you live in Australia or you live in the US or the UK. So the measurements don't change. So as far as the measurements, you will be able to do it. The only thing that you need to do is if you work in centimeters and things are in inches, you just need to Google how many centimeters are equivalent to 1 inch, and you'll be able to work it out. It is really, really easy. And you just type the question into Google. Convert this measurement into centimeters, convert this measurement into inches. It's really, really easy. So thank you everyone for spending a little bit of time with me here today. And feel free, as I said, if you're watching this back later on, feel free to share it still to your social media site, even if you're watching it back later on. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button down in that bottom right hand corner so that you don't miss any of my live crafting. I will see you all here back at my regular time next week at 9:30 on a Sunday morning. So thank you everyone for getting up earlier for me this morning, and I do apologize for being on so early, but you know, it is what it is. You have to still fit in that crafting session. All right, so enjoy the rest of your weekend, what's left of it, and I will see you all next week.